हरि लाल की जय, राधा रानी की जय, श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय. Let's all sit up straight, close eyes, and try to meditate on the divine form of Radha Krishna, Bhagavan and Guru, trying to feel their presence, their closeness, their bliss and divinity within us, all around us, as we bow to embark on divine satsang. Ajnanatimirandhasya Janashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Barhapidam Natvarvapu Karnayo Karnikaram Vibhradvasa Kanakakapisham Vaijayantim Chamala Randhran Venu Radhar Sudhaya Purayan Gopa Vrindai Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishagita Kirti Namah Kamalana Bhaya Namah Kamalamaline Namah Kamalpadaya Namaste Kamalekshan Yo Brahmanam Virdhati Purvam Yo Vedanasya Prahinoti Tasmai Taghun Hadevam Atma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, प्रिय सज्जनों, महानुभाव, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, the Divine Souls. First let me say Radhe Radhe to each and every one, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you. Today, a very busy day. It's our third program. We are very blessed to be at the home of Gauri in Sumeet. And this divine satsang. We'll have some chanting, kirtan, bhajan, and some talk also on spirituality, divine philosophy, as outlined by Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu. Before that, we'll sing the bhajan pad from Prem Ras Madira, the most divine and most wonderful book written by Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu, containing 1008 divine compositions. All the philosophy of all the Vedas, all the scriptures. All the divine pastimes of Radha, Krishna, the cowhoods, gopis, etc. Very wonderful. One of these parts we've chosen, I'm chosen here, on page 149. We don't have book for everyone, we'll have to share. Someone in the group can take a picture and send to everyone. Raj or someone can take a picture and send to everyone, so in the group, so we can share with the new people who are not in the group. Who is here can do that? Come here, Raj. Take a picture and send it in the group, so then everybody else can, you can look at the group, in the WhatsApp group. We can give those who are not in the group the book so they can enjoy it. If you're in the group, it will come to you, so you don't need to use the book. This bhajan, this beautiful divine composition, it says that Shri Krishna is a Jadugar. The gopi is saying, he's a magician, topmost among magicians, Jadugar. Or Savaro, dark complexion one. Our Jadugar ke means Sardar, means topmost among magicians. He's such a magician. He steals the heart of a Paramhans, one who has no heart. Such a magician. He's made all the gopis, the highest devotees, he has them dancing under his tune. So beautiful bhajan about Shri Krishna. Savaro Jadugar Sardar Savaro ब्याही सब ही सखी सब ही सखी ओ ब्याही अन ब्याही सब ही बोराई
जब कृपालु सबकी बोराई
ओ जब कृपालु सबकी बोराई
जब कृपालु सबकी बोराई
ओ के ही कहाही गवार
ओके ही कहाई गवार
ओ के ही कहाही गवार
ओके ही कहाई गवार
ओ सागरो जादू सरदार
सावरो जादूगर सरदार
ओ सावरो जादू सरदार
सावरो जादूगर सरदार
जादूगर सरकार की। अब सावधान हो जाइए. Let's all try to be very attentive and listen very carefully. Try not to talk, if possible. Everybody's comfortable? If not, I can adjust again. I hope everyone is comfortable. Alright, so what do we want? ये प्रश्न है, हम क्या चाहते हैं? What do we want? Able to see the uncountable answers for this question. एक प्रश्न है, one question, but it would seem that there's so uncountable thousands and thousands of answers. Everybody seems to want a different thing. If I were to take each one of you in a room separately, one by one, and ask, what do you want? Everybody would give a different answer. Somebody says, I want to be a doctor, or I want my son to be a doctor. I want to become the Prime Minister. I want to be a president. I want to be Miss Universe, Miss World. I want to get a very handsome boy to get married to. I want to get a very beautiful girl to get married to. I want the best motor car, Mercedes Benz. I want to see all the countries in the world. I want to get this kind of food to eat. So, everybody is going to give a different answer. अपने अपने रुचि के अनुसार, according to your interest. So it would seem that there are uncountable answers to this question. No. There's only one answer. We all want only one thing. One. Through all these things that we seem to want, behind it there's something we really want. What is that? It is called Sukh, Anand, happiness, bliss. We are all searching for that one thing only. Not from now. uncountable lifetimes have gone. In this search, we, meaning the soul, the Atma, is infinite, beginningless, Sanatan. The word Sanatan means that which does not have a beginning, no end, na adi, na ant. We, the individual souls, are beginningless. We're not this thing called body. This body belongs to us. It's a material thing. When someone dies, we say, Ramesh left the world at 4 o'clock this morning. Ramesh left the world at 4 o'clock. Then why is everyone going to see him? वो चला गया संसार से. He's left. Why is everyone going to see? Oh, we're going to see his body, lash, mati. So knowledgeable that time. So it means that who was left, that body is something else, the body is different. Do we know who that is? No, we don't know. That's who we are. It's called soul, Atma, Jivatma. And that, according to the Vedas, Gyagyo Dvavaja Vishanisha Vaja Yeka Bhogdi Bhogyata Yukta Anantaschatma Vishwarupo Hyakarta Tayam Yada Vindate Brahma Metat. Shvetashvatara Upanishad chapter 1 verse 9. The Vedas are saying, just as God is Aj, the word Aj comes here. Aj. Aj means jinka janm nahi hota. Unborn. Just as God is unborn, eternal, beginningless, the Jivatma, the individual soul, we people are also unborn, eternal, beginningless. Gyagyav Dvavaja. Dwa, two, Aj. Jivatma as well as Paramatma. So from beginningless time, we have been looking for one thing only, happiness. Anand, Sukh. Why? Why do we want only happiness? Is there a reason for this? Yeah. Because we are a fraction of happiness. We have heard, we have read, some of us, we have heard from the scriptures, Gita, Ramayana, Bhagavad, Ved, Puran, that the Jivatma, the individual soul, is a part, a fraction of God. Chinmatam Sriharirangsham Suksham Aksharam Avyam Krishna Dhinamite Praho Jivam Jnana Gunashayam. The Vedas say the Jivatma, the individual soul, is a fraction, ansh of God. Shri Hare Ansh. Hari Ansh. Hare Deha Bitamatma Swayam Prakriti Ishvara Tatpar Mulam Sharamyatak Shemo Ninamiha. 4th Canto, 29, chapter 50 of verse Bhagavad Mahapuran. The Jivatma, the individual soul, is an eternal part, fraction of Sri Krishna, God. In Gita also Sri Krishna says, Mamaivansho jiva loke jiva bhutaha sanatana. Chapter 15 verse 7 Gita. Sri Krishna says the Jivatma, the individual souls, are eternal part, fraction of me. Mama Ansh. Remind you all know, Ishvara Ansha Jiva Avinashi Chetana Amal Sahaj Shukharasi. Jivatma, the individual soul, is indestructible fraction of God. Eternal. Everywhere. So what does being a fraction of God having to do with we us wanting happiness? Anand Sukh? Well, it's a natural law. एक स्वाभाविक नियम है that every part, every fraction has a natural love for the whole and wants to become one with it. If we look at all rivers, they naturally flow to the ocean. Why? Because it's a fraction of the ocean. If you look at the flame of a fire, jyot hai, how does the flame go? Up. Why? Because it's a fraction of the sun. In the same way, we the Jivatma, individual souls, being eternal part, fraction of God, Shri Krishna, naturally love and want only Shri Krishna. Whether we believe in Shri Krishna or not, doesn't matter. You can be an atheist, doesn't matter. And what is Shri Krishna? Who is Shri Krishna? It's long. A research was done in the Vedas. Bhiguravai Varuni Varunam Pitaram Upasasara. Taittiriya Upanishad chapter 3 verse 1. This Katha incident in the Vedas says once there was a rishi by the name of Bhrigu. Bhrigu, that question came in his mind, who is God? What is God? ये भगवान क्या चीज, क्या बात? Many of us would have that question, who is God? What is God? अब किसे पूछना? Who should I ask from? We have questions and we want to ask, get the answer, and we ask the wrong people. Bhagwan Krishna tells us in Gita whom we should ask from. Bhagwan Krishna says in Gita, Tad virapranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshati te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshina. Chapter 4 verse 34 Gita. You have to go to someone who is qualified, who knows the answer to all questions. Who is that person? So here Shri Krishna is qualifying the person we should go to. That person we call Guru, Mahatma, Mahapurush. Who is a Guru? So Shri Krishna is telling us here, two things, two qualities qualifies him to be Guru. ये दो गुण अनिवार्य है, compulsory. These two qualities. What are the two qualities? Number one, Jnaninaha. Jnaninaha means he has complete knowledge. All knowledge of all Vedas. All Puranas, all the Shastras, all the scripture. Not just Ramayana, not just Gita, not just Bhagavad. Sampurna, all. And not only having knowledge, anybody can read book and give lecture like I am giving. He is able to remove our doubts. Just his words, the doubts gets clarified. ये कमाल है. But even more important, he is Tattva Darshinaha. Tattva Darshinaha means, Tattva means God, Shri Krishna. Darshinaha, one who has seen, one who has attained God. He's attained the divine knowledge, divine bliss, divine vision. He's seen God. If we are so fortunate to meet such a Guru, this is a Guru. Only he is qualified to be Guru. What should we do? Number one, Tad Viripranipatena. Surrender to him. Surrender the intellect, the mind. Number two, pariprashnena. See, prashna means question. Question him, but pariprashnena. Shri Krishna doesn't only say prashna, he says pariprashnena. When you go to the spiritual master, the true guru, don't go with abhiman, ego. I'm going to see how much he knows. I'm going to test him. No, he'll test you instead. We have to go with an inquisitive mind, a true desire to know with the feeling I don't know. कि मैं नहीं जानता कुछ भी. इस भाव से उनके पास जाना. This way we have to go. And number three, sevaya. Do his seva, serve him. Knowing him to be God personified. He will give you all the knowledge. He will remove all the doubts. He will give you Bhagavan. So Bhrigu is in this quandary. Who to ask? I have this big question. So Bhrigu remembered, Bhrigu was the son of Varun. Varun was a Brahma Jnani, know of God. Not Atma Jnani, not know of the self, Brahma Jnani, know of God. So Bhrigu thought, since my father is worthy of being Guru, he's qualified, let me make him my Guru. उन्हीं को गुरु बनाएंगे. So he went, he made his father his Guru, and then he questioned, Adhi Bhagavo Brahmeti. Oh Guruji, hey Guruji, please tell me, who is that entity? What is that entity which is called God, Bhagavan, Paramatma, Ishwar, supreme power? Varun replied to Bhrigu and said, Yato aimani bhutani jante yena jatani jivanti yat prayantya visambhishanti tad vijigyasasva tad brahmeti. Taittiriya Upanishad chapter 3 verse 1. Varun, the Guru, he says to Bhrigu, O my disciple, listen, that from which all beings are born, that by which they are sustained, and that into which they merge upon death, that is Bhagavan, God. Do you understand, Bhrigu? Bhrigu was totally confused. So Guruji said, okay, sa tapo tapyata sa tapas taptva, go and do sadhana. Guru cannot do sadhana for us, we have to do sadhana. Jao sadhana karo. So Bhrigu went, I'm going to not go in great detail here, it will take too much time. Very briefly, Bhrigu went and did sadhana, and first he came to the conclusion, grain. An means grain, food, is the ultimate reality known as Brahm. Annam Brahmiti Vajanat Annat Deva Kalvimani Bhutani Jayante Annena Jatani Jivanti Annam Prayantya Visambhishanti. Taittiriya Upanishad chapter 3 verse 2. Tad Vigya Punare Varunam Pitaram Upasasara. So he went to Guru, said, Guruji, grain, grain of food is the ultimate reality known as Brahma. From grain alone the entire universe comes into being. Grain is that by which we sustain, we eat, food, grain. And grain is that into which we merge upon death. Where does the grain come from? The earth, which when we die, we'll have to go there. So, he said like this, Guru remained silent, meaning he was wrong. So this is not God, what is? Tapo Brahm, Tapo, go no more tapasya. Aur tapasya karo. Tapasa Brahma Vijigyasasva, Tapo Brahmiti sa Tapo Tapyata. or sadhana, go and do more sadhana. So he went. And this time he discovered prano brahmeti vajanat. Pran. Chapter 3, verse 3. Taittiriya Upanishad. That the pran, the life force, is the ultimate reality known as Brahma. Again he went and said to Guruji, I have found out. What you found out? Pran, the life force, is the ultimate reality known as Brahma. Wrong, galat. Then what is? Go and do more sadhana. Aao tapasya karo. Again he went. This time he discovered Mano Brahmeti Vajanat. Taittiriya Upanishad, chapter 3, verse 4. The mind. Man means the mind. The mind is the ultimate reality known as Brahma. Again he went, Guruji, I got the answer. Acha. Batao, tell me. Mind is the ultimate reality known as Brahma. Galat, wrong. So, go and do more tapasya. Satapo tapir satapas taptva. Out sadhana karo. Do more sadhana. So he continued. Nirash nahi hua. Didn't get dejected. Some of us, we just start doing sadhana. Too hard. No. Out sadhana. He did more sadhana. And this time he discovered Vijnanam Brahmeti Vijanat. The word Vijnan here means Atma, soul. The soul is the ultimate reality known as Brahm. Taittiriya Upanishad, chapter 3, verse 5. Again he went, Guruji, ab uttar mil gaya. I've got the answer. What? The soul, Atma, is the ultimate reality known as Brahm. Wrong, galat. Ooh. Then, satapo tapira satapas taptva. Do more sadhana. So Bhrigu continued, and this time he discovered Anando Brahmeti Vajanat Anandat Deva Kalvimani Bhutani Jante Anandena Jatani Jivanti Anandam Prayantya Bhisam Vishanti. Taittiriya Upanishad, chapter 3, verse 6. Anand means bliss, happiness. Is the ultimate reality known as Brahma. From bliss alone, the entire universe comes into being. Bliss is that by which we sustain, and bliss is that into which we merge upon death. Aap jaiye bole. Guruji, I have the answer. Okay, what it is? Anand, bliss, happiness. To Barun ne muskuraya. Barun smiled. Guruji smiled. Yes, you got the answer. Now you know. So what did Bhrigu discover? What did he find out? He found out that God is Anand. He is bliss, happiness. Whether we say Sukh or happiness, or we say Shri Krishna, God, they are two names for one and the same entity. So remember, all the Vedas, all the scriptures telling us that we are the soul, Atma, and the soul is an eternal part, fraction of God, Shri Krishna. It's also a natural law that every part, every fraction has a natural love for the whole and wants to become one with it. It means we naturally love and want only Shri Krishna. And the Vedas are telling us who is Shri Krishna, what is God? God is happiness, Sukh, Anand. And that's why we all want only happiness. Being eternal fractions of that supreme happiness called Shri Krishna, God, we all want only happiness. It's our nature. But we have been searching for this from beginningless time. Everywhere and everything. We, the Jivatma, the individual soul, remember, we eternal, beginningless. God is not senior to us. The Vedas tell us, Amitasya Vai Putraha. Every living being is a child of God. He's our father or mother of the soul, Atma. But he's the same age. Have you ever seen a parent and the child the same age? You meet a man and his son on the road, he says, hello, hello, I'm Ramesh, and this is my son, Ganesh, and we are the same age. Who? Impossible. Impossible in the material world. But in the divine world, God, our Father, our Mother, and we, the Jivatma individual soul, are the same age. Eternal, beginningless. Never had a beginning, will never have an end. So we have always been searching from beginningless time, and yet we have not found even the tiniest drop of true happiness, even once, even in dream. Somebody may say, I disagree with you. I have found happiness. The day I got my job, the day I got married, the day I had my child, the day I had my motor, I got my brand new motor car, the day I came in my new home, etc. They will give so many answers. I found happiness. Not the great big happiness of Bhagavan, small happiness, but I have found happiness. It obviously means we do not understand what happiness, what does word happiness mean. Iska arth kya hai? So the Vedas tell us definition for happiness. Yo vai dhuma tas sukham, dhumaiva sukham, Chandogya Upanishad. That which is infinite, beginningless, eternal, immeasurable, is called sukh or happiness. Once attained, it is possessed forever. You will never become separate from it again. You will never experience sorrow ever again. Have we attained such a thing? No. No matter what gave us happiness in the world, we got happy, then we got sad afterwards. Where is the happiness? It was only our delusion. So we all are looking for it. We haven't found it. Kyun? Why? We'll hear a little bit more. First we'll do bhajan. Page 264. मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं कालिंदी तट पे, कालिंदी तट पे वो तो भाजो चलो आवे रोट वंशी वट पे। मैं तो
राधे राधे गाऊं कालिंदी तट पे, वो भाजो चलो आवे
रोट वंशी वट पे। ओ मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं कालिंदी तट पे वो तो भाजो चलो आवे रोत वंशी वट पे।
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं कालिंदी तट पे, वो तो भाजो चलो आवे रोत वंशी वट पे।
मैं तो बावरी है जाऊं, मैं तो बावरी है नाचूंगी कालिंदी तट पे, कालिंदी तट पे वो तो भाजो चलो आवे रोट वंशी वट पे।
मैं तो बावरी है नाचूंगी कालिंदी तट पे, वो तो भाजो चलो
नीले पट पे, नीले पट पे वो तो बाजो चलो आवे वो तो बंशी बट पे।
मैं तो मारी जाऊं प्यारी चुके नीले पट पे वो तो बाजो चलो आवे वो तो बंशी बट पे।
ओ मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
ओ मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं।
मैं तो राधे 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 गाऊं, मैं तो राधे 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 गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे 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 गाऊं, मैं तो राधे 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 गाऊं।
ओ मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
ओ मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं।
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं। कालिंदी तट पे वो तो भाजो चलो आवे रो तो बंशी बट पे।
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
राधे
हिंदी तट पे वो तो भाजो चलो आवे वो तो बंशी बट पे।
मैं तुम्हारी गाऊं मेरी प्यारी चूके बड़ी, मेरी प्यारी चूकी बड़ी रसीली लट पे, रसीले लट के वो तो बाजो चले आवे रो तो बंशी बट पे।
मेरी प्यारी झुकी धरेगी रसीले लटके वो तो भाजो चलो आवे रो तो बंशी बट पे।
ओ मैं तुम्हारी प्यारी कारी, मैं तुम्हारी प्यारी कारी घुंघरारी लट पे, घुंघरारी लट पे वो तो बाजो चलो आवे रो तो बंशी बट पे।
मैं तो मारी प्यारी कारी घुंघरारी लटके वो तो भाजो चलो आवे रो तो बंशी बट पे।
राधे रानी के चरण मेरे, राधे रानी के चरण मेरे मन अटके, मेरे मन अटके वो तो बाजो चलो आवे वो तो बंशी बट पे।
राधे रानी के चरण मेरे मन अटके वो तो भाजो चलो आवे वो तो बंशी बट पे।
ओ मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
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 ओ मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
ओ मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं।
मैं तो राधे 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 गाऊं, मैं तो राधे 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 गाऊं।
मैं तो राधे 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 गाऊं, मैं तो राधे 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 गाऊं,
ओ मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
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 ओ मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं।
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं। कालिंदी तट पे वो तो बाजो चलो आवे रो तो नहाऊं, राधे राधे रटते, राधे राधे रटते, वो तो बाजू चलो आवे वंशी भट्ट पे।
मैं तो राधे की नहाऊं,
राधे
रटते, वो तो बाजू चलो आवे वो तो वंशी भट्ट पे।
मैं तो प्यारे की चिढ़ाऊं, मैं तो प्यारे को चिढ़ाऊं, राधे राधे रट के, राधे राधे रट के, वो तो बाजो चलो आवे रोटो वंशी भट्ट पे।
मैं तो प्यारे को चिढ़ाऊं, राधे राधे रट के, वो तो बाजू चलो आवे वो तो वंशी भट्ट पे।
ओ मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं, मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं, ओ मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं, मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं, ओ मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं, मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं, मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
ओ मैं तो राधे 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 गाऊं, मैं तो राधे 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 गाऊं।
मैं तो राधे राधे
राधे
राधे राधे गाऊं, मैं तो राधे 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 गाऊं।
ओ मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं, मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं, ओ मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
ओ मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं।
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं, कालिंदी तट पे, वो तो बाजू चलो आवे रोतो वंशी भट्ट पे।
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं, कालिंदी तट पे, वो तो बाजू चलो आवे रोटो वंशी भट्ट पे।
मैं तो प्यारी जू को पक्ष ले मैं तो प्यारी जू को पक्ष ले मैं तो राधे जू को पक्ष ले बेखट के वो तो बाजो चलो आवे रो तो वंशी भट्ट पे।
मैं तो प्यारी जू को पक्ष लेऊं, बेखट के वो तो बाजो चलो आवे रो तो वंशी भट्ट पे।
मैं तो अखड़ के जाऊं, मैं तो अखड़ के जाऊं आगे नट खट के ओ नट खट के वो तो बाजो चलो आवे रो तो वंशी भट्ट पे।
मैं तो अकड़ के जाऊं आगे नट खट के वो तो बाजो चलो आगे रो तो वंशी भट्ट पे।
ओ मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं, मैं तो राधे
राधे गाऊं,
ओ मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं, मैं तो
राधे राधे गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
ओ मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं।
मैं तो राधे 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 गाऊं, मैं तो राधे 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 गाऊं, मैं तो
राधे 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 गाऊं, मैं तो राधे 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 गाऊं।
ओ मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं,
ओ मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं, मैं तो राधे
राधे गाऊं,
ओ मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं,
ओ मैं तो राधे के गुण गाऊं। राधे गाऊं कालिंदी तट पे वो तो भाजो चलो आवे ऋतुवंशी वट पे
मैं तो राधे राधे गाऊं
राधे
कालिंदी तट पे वो तो भाजो चलो आवे ऋतुवंशी वट पे।
बोले राधा रानी की। We don't have enough time to chant the whole beautiful part written by this beautiful kirtan written by Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu some other time. Anyhow, so as he said, we are all looking for one thing. Every action we perform, no matter how contradictory, how opposing it may seem, everything we do in the world is for one thing: happiness, sukh, anand. Apna anand, our happiness. But we haven't found the tiniest drop, even once, even in dream. Why? We're looking in the wrong place. हमारे अज्ञानता के कारण, because of our ignorance, we have been searching in the wrong place from beginningless time. What is the अज्ञानता, the ignorance? मैं अपने को भूल गया, मैं कौन हूं? We have forgotten who we are. We have forgotten that I am the soul Atma, Jivatma. From beginningless time, I have identified with this body. Someone asks a question, who are you? I am Ramesh. I am Asha. Asha. That's your name. I didn't ask, kya naam hai aap tumhara? What is your name? I'm asking, who are you? Oh, I'm Canadian, American, Bharatiya, Indian, West Indian. Arey bhaiya, ye aapka desh, this is the country you belong to. I'm not asking which country you come from, you belong to. I'm asking, who are you? Acha. I'm teacher, doctor, engineer, garbage man. Arey, ye aapka naukri. This is your job. I'm not asking what job you do, what work you do. I'm asking, who are you? Oh, I'm a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Jain. ये आपका धर्म है. I'm not asking which religion you belong to. I'm asking, who are you? Oh, I'm a Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. ये जाति है. I'm not asking which caste you belong to. I'm asking, who are you? आप कौन है? Oh, I'm human being. I'm a human being. मैं मानव हूँ, मनुष्य हूँ. मनुष्य? By looking at us, we can see we have the body of a human being, and not that of a dog or a donkey or a cat. But this body belongs to me. हमारा शरीर, मेरा शरीर, मेरा शरीर बूढ़ा हो गया. My body has become old. It's become weak, कमजोर हो गया. It's paining me. So my body. So just as someone has a house and says my house, but he never says I am the house, I am the Moruka, in the same way, my body. How can I say I am the body? It means I am fully mad. Pagal hai. Pura. What is the word pagal? When we say someone is pagal, he is mad, crazy. He does not, one who doesn't know who they are, doesn't know right from wrong, doesn't know who their parents are, where their home is. We say that person is pagal, mad, and should be put in a pagal khana, mental asylum, madhouse. So we don't know who we are. We identify with the body, it means we are full man. Acha, then why am I not in a pagal khana? Why am I not in a madhouse? We are. This thing we call sansar, the world, ये बहुत बड़ा पागल खाना है भगवान का. This is a big mental asylum of Bhagwan that we have been put in. These all these mad people, and from time to time, great doctors, bade doctor, in the form of the saints, the true Guru, they come and try to cure us. And if we listen to the Guru, to the saint, we follow the instruction, we can become free from this pagal khana called sansar, the world. But instead, we try to kill the doctor. We give them a bad name, we do propaganda, then we have to keep rotating in this endless cycle of birth and death in the 8.4 million forms of life. So we've always been searching. And we're looking, because we are so mad that we identify with the body. In the Bhagavad Mahapuran, Uddhav asks Shri Krishna, "Ye sabse bada murkh kaun hai? Who is the greatest fool?" And Shri Krishna said to him, "Jo apne ko nahi jante." One who does not know who he is, who identifies with the body, he is the greatest fool. All of us fall in that. Someone call you murkh, gadha, you shouldn't feel bad. We don't know who we are. And because of that, we've always been, we want happiness. This is our nature, but we're looking in the wrong place. In the world. Just as moths, there's something called a moth. It gets attracted by flame. Light, flame. So this is a moth. They haul themselves again and again into flame and die. In the same way, we throw ourselves again and again into sensual pleasures, hoping to find happiness. And we go on this way until crippled and cheated we die and keep rotating. So, we want happiness. It's our nature. Somehow, that conviction has to come first to begin true knowledge. Who's going to give us this knowledge? I mentioned before. Shri Krishna says, Jnaninaha Tattvadarshinaha. We have to go to the true Guru. Hum nahi jayenge. Think about it. If we, the Jivatma individual souls, are eternal, beginningless, is it possible we never met a true Guru or true saint? Uncountable times we have seen Bhagavan. It means uncountable times we have met saint, Guru. Lekin, Abhiman ke karan, because of Abhiman, ego, we are never willing to accept, number one, that he is a saint, and number two, that only he knows what's good for me. Main nahi janta. Uncountable time we have met. Bar Bhagwan bhej dete hai. Again and again God sends his saints in the world. For us, why would a saint want to come in this world? All you get here is bad name. Whenever saints have come in the world, if you look at history, we hear saints Tulsidas, Surdas, Meera, Tukaram, Nanak, Gaurang Mahaprabhu, Jagat Guru Tam Kripalu Mahaprabhu. So many saints have come. Great, great saints. What did the world do? Hum log ne kya kiya? What did we do? We curse, we criticize, poison, beat them up, give them a bad name, throw them in jail. What did we not do? Whenever saints have come in this world. Why did we do that? Because we think we already know everything. Ye abhiman, we have this ego, I know. And someone comes and tries to correct us and say, no, bhaiya, you're wrong. Tum kaun ho? Who are you to correct me? Get rid of him. Let's make some propaganda. This abhiman, this ego we have. We think we know everything. Nobody can correct us. Ab Bhagwan khud aayenge. Ab Bhagwan himself will come. Unko mita do. Get rid of him. Look at when Ram himself came, Sri Krishna. What did he do? Bhagwan Krishna says, Avajananti ma mudha manushim tanumashritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Chapter 9, verse 11, Gita. We're not going to know he's Bhagwan, that he's a saint. Shri Krishna says, unaware of my divine nature, ignorant human beings, we people, under the control of Maya, we mistake him for an ordinary human being just like us. Same thing happened when the saints who are God personified come, the true Guru. We have this big ego. We think we know everything. We're not, you do not know anything. I will tell you. So we have met saints uncountable times. Anantabar. We didn't benefit. Bar Bhagwan bhejte hai. Again and again God keeps sending. And they say, no matter what we do, they persevere. We give them a bad name, we abuse them, we curse, we criticize, we crucify, we poison. Par upakar bachan man kaya sant sahaj subhav khagraya bhurjataru samasant kripala parhit sahanit vipati vishala. Tulsidas Maharaj is saying in the Ramayana, by words, thoughts and deeds, the saints, they only do paropakar. Whatever they do is only for the welfare of us worldly souls. They only want what's best for us. And he gives a wonderful example. Bhoj pat. Ek ped hai bhoj. In ancient time, there was no paper factory. There wasn't paper like this. Yet, great saints like Veda Vyas, they wrote all our scriptures, they put it in book form. The Puranas, the Vedas, Ramayana, etc. So how did they write? They wrote it on the bark of a tree, which is called a bhoj pat. This tree is made of bark only. And you keep taking the bark off and eventually the tree dies for the sake of others. Tulsidas ji is comparing the saint to the bhoj pat. We can take the skin off their back. No matter what we do, the saint will keep thinking what is best for us. Because without them, no one will go to Bhagwan. This is all they want. To help us, to take us to Bhagwan, to help us to understand where we will find the true happiness. But majority of time, we don't want to listen. We have this big ego, this abhiman that we already know better than everybody, better than Bhagwan also. And we don't even believe there's a Bhagwan. Ye pura itna anant Brahman, uncountable solar systems, uncountable galaxies. How did it come about? It happened by itself. Wow. And it remains in that way that it does not clash together and finish. There's a law and rule and regulation about it. It happens by itself. Wow. Nature. We always find some explanation. our small little buddhi, intellect. Anyhow, for the worldly soul, we all want happiness. And we are looking for it. But the decision has become very firm because from uncountable lifetime, identifying with the material body, we have been looking for happiness in the material world. To change the decision of the mind is not only difficult, impossible for the worldly soul. And this is where the work of Guru comes. Guru, the true Guru. When we associate with the true Guru in the right way, not applying the mind and intellect, not judging, accepting in the mind that only he knows what's good for me, following his instruction. This is what accepting someone as a guru means. Not you went to somebody and he put a mantra in your eyes, wo Guruji hai. That he is my guru. Kaan mein mantra phukte hai. Uncountable people have gotten mantra in their eyes, nothing happened. They became worse than what they were before. ये गुरु ऐसे नहीं, ये काज गुरु नहीं करते. True guru doesn't do this. First, we have to accept him in our heart as guru. He doesn't make you his disciple as yet. Then we follow his instruction. Only when we completely surrender, when we have made the vessel, wo patra ban gaya, then Guru will give Diksha. Diksha means to transfer power. You build a house, new house, you call the electrician to put wire in the house. The electrician puts all the wire, all the fitting, bulb, everything. You come, you put the switch on, no light. Eh? Ye kaise mazak hai? What kind of joke is this? No, it's not joke. Just wait 15, 20 days. The people from the powerhouse will come. They will make the connection. And the moment they do the connection, you put the switch light. This wiring we do in the house, this is making the vessel, the heart, the mind ready, pure. If you did not wire the house, you build a house, but you didn't put any wire, and you say to the powerhouse, hey, come and give me connection. What are they going to say? Where are we going to put the connection in your head? First you have to do the wiring. Make the heart, the mind pure. Accept the true Guru, a true saint as Guru. Follow his instruction. When he, along with your sadhana, he is going to make the vessel. When the vessel is made, then only he will give Diksha. Initiation. And the moment he gives us Diksha, what is put in the mantra in our eyes, he can look in our eyes, he can hug us, embrace us, as Gaurang Mahaprabhu used to do. He doesn't have to be there. He is all the way in Golok. Vessel is ready, he will give Diksha. Patra ban gaya, bas ho gaya. And the moment he gives us Diksha, we will attain God realization, infinite bliss, infinite knowledge, divine vision, everything will become divine immediately. That is what Diksha is. Diksha is only given when vessel is made. Only when we associate with a true Guru, a true saint, accept what he tells us, follow his instructions. It'll take time, as I mentioned this morning. Kuch samay lagega. Uncountable lifetimes of waywardness and all this wrong thing has happened. It's not going to fix in overnight or a few days. It'll take time. और हम जितना मेहनत करेंगे, how much we work hard also depends on how much we want. You make no effort, you do nothing, you're careless and lazy, yet Guruji is going to do everything. He will do, but you have to do, we have to do also. We also have to grace ourselves. Agya pa. Follow his instruction. तब में देखिए कितना कृपा, how much grace you will get. And you don't do anything lazy, careless, do whatever the mind, manmani, whatever the mind think we do. We'll never get any kripa. Then you will think, oh, maybe he's not Guru, doubt will come. You start blaming Guru, but you're not going to make any effort. We have to blame ourselves. So there's so much we need to do, understand. We have a golden opportunity. This human body, we don't get it again and again. This is a golden opportunity that we have. Make some effort. If you don't, nobody says you have to give up the world, you have to divorce your husband or wife, disown your parents. No. Keep everything. Do your duty. But realize who we are. What is the aim of human life? How are we going to find the true happiness we are looking for? And practice. As I mentioned, just as we eat food every day to keep the body healthy, body belongs to us, is not us, but we need this body to keep it healthy. In the same way, we have to eat food for the soul, the Atma, who we are. Body is material, we give it material things. The soul, Atma, is divine, fraction of God. We have to give it divine food. What is divine food? When we sit down, meditate on God, we chant His divine glory, His divine name, meditate, shed tears for Him. This is food for the soul, Atma. And just as we eat every day for the body, we have to eat every day for the soul, Atma also. In other words, we have to do sadhana every day. Take some time from a busy life. You don't know how to do? Ask someone who knows, who's fallen under true Guru. Ask them to help you. And you will see how much peace, true happiness you will find. While living in the world, we will find true peace, true happiness. There's much, much more, but we will hear some other time. Bol Ladli Lal Ki Jai, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar Ki Jai. We'll do a few questions, but we'll chant a little bit first. We start a little bit late, and it's Saturday, so go a little bit. So we'll chant a little bit. Page 239. 239. Someone can make a copy, take a picture so that everyone can see. And the rest, so we can give books to those who don't know, who are new, so they can also follow and benefit also. This is a very simple bhajan. Most of us know it, right? We already know this, so we don't even need book, the satsangis. We all know this by heart. Nit seva mangu, shama sham teri, na bhukti nari, mukti mangu main.
Nit seva Shama Shama Teri
Mukti nahi, mukti O Bhari Bhakti Nishkam Nit Meri Na mukti nahi, mukti mangu
Bhare Bhakti Nishkam Nit Meri Na Bhukti Nahi Mukti Mangu
श्याम तेरी, ना भक्ति नारी मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित्य सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी, ना मुक्ति नारी मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
तो ही पतित जनन ही प्यारे हैं, हम अगणित पावन वारे हैं।
कोई पति जनन ही प्यारे हैं, हम अगणित पावन वारे हैं।
ओ पूरी कत कर तीत मेरी, ना भुक्ति नारी मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
पूरी कट कर एक मेरी, ना मुक्ति नारी मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
ओ बढ़े भक्ति निशिकामित मेरी, ना भक्ति नारी मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
हरे भक्ति निष्कामित मेरी, ना भक्ति नारी मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
ओ सेवा मांगू, सेवा 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 मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी, ना मुक्ति नारी मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित्य सेवा मांगू
राधे
श्यामा श्याम तेरी, ना मुक्ति नारी मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
यदि कहा उन लई शरणाई रे, काहू कत पूतना गति पाई रे।
यदि कहा उन लाई शरणाई रे,
Hari Guru Teri Na Mukti Nahi Mukti Mangu Please give little time for a couple of questions. So now I'll leave it open for a couple of questions and then we'll go into Aarti, etc. So if anyone has any question, please ask at this time. Koi prashna? Anyone has any question? Maybe you heard all the answer already? किसी को नहीं प्रश्न पूछना
Yeah, question. Just for the benefit of all.
Yeah, no problem.
A brief summary of Karmkand and Bhakti difference. It's a big topic. It's a big topic, but just if you can capture some.
All right. So the question give a brief definition or description difference between Karmkand and Bhakti. So Karmkand has two different meanings. One is Vedic rites and rituals, and one is Varnashram Dharma. Varna Ashram. There are 100,000 mantras in Vedas. In 80,000 mantra, only Karmakand, Varnashram Dharma. Varna means what we, not a good translation, but what we call caste in English. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. This is Varun. What a Brahmin is supposed to do. Teachers, educators, one who dispenses knowledge or performs certain rituals, etc. Kshatriya more or less means rulers, those who fight war, etc. Protect. Kshatriya. Vaishya, those who do business. Shudra, those who do manual labor. We can say division of labor, work, etc. So Varna, ashram, stages of life. There are 4 stages of life. Brahmacharya, celibacy. Brahmacharya doesn't mean student. Brahmacharya means celibacy. Grihastashram, marriage life, householder's life. Vanaprast, semi-retirement, leaving the householder life and retiring into the forest, Ban. And sannyas. Husband and wife has gone to the forest, left house, everything. That is vanaprast. In sannyas, now husband and wife, even they separate. Alone. Detachment complete from everything in the world, focusing only on God. These things very difficult to do in Kali Yuga. Impossible almost. If someone were to follow this, there are many rules and regulations. What a Brahmacharya Brahman is supposed to do, what a Grihas Brahman is supposed to do, Vanapras Brahman, Sannyas Brahman, same thing with Kshatriya, etc. Many rules. If someone can fulfill all these rules that's written in the Vedas, etc., we acquire something called punya, spiritual merits, which will take us to heaven. All karmakan, the performance of karmakan of Varnashram Dharma can do for us, it will take us to heaven, Swarga. Impossible to do in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga Jogana Jagya Jnana. Kalpasundaji said to Gauri in the Kali Yuga Mahima of the Ramayana, is it possible to do these things? The rules and regulations are so difficult. You cannot do all yoga, yajna, jnana, all these things. What to do? Ek adhara ram gunagana. What we are doing here, chant the name of the Lord, do bhakti. Ehi kalikalan sadhan duja, jogana jap tapa bratha makha puja. Very clear is making. Anyhow, someone says, I can do, I can do. Fine. What do you get? You acquire something called punya, which will determine which heaven you will go to for how long. But something happens when you go there. Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna in Gita, Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kshine punye martyalokam vishanti evam daidham anupapanna gata gadam kama kama labhanti. Chapter 9 verse 21 Gita. When we acquire punya, spiritual merits to the performance of dharma, varnashram dharma, karma kan, we will go to heaven for some time according to how much punya we have acquired. There are many classes. which heaven we'll go to for how long? When you go there though, something happens. As soon as you start enjoying the pleasures of heaven, what happens? Kshine punya. That punya which is so difficult to acquire, almost impossible in Kali Yuga, starts to destroy. Kshine punya. And one day is going to finish, become zero. And what will happen? Martya lokam vishanti, will be kicked out of heaven. Bhagwan Shri Ram warns us in the Ramayana. He says, Ehi tan kar phal vishayana bhai swargahu swalpa ant dukkhadai. This human body, which is so valuable, Devatas, celestial gods are begging and praying for it, wasn't given just to enjoy the senses. Nor was it given to go to heaven, Swarga. Why? Swargahu swalp. There's no true happiness there. It is only the happiness of this material world multiplied a number of times. And the worst part, ant dukkhadai. After enjoying heaven, you're going to suffer. Dukh milega. Because karma is finished. The Vedas tell us the highest authority. Ishta purtam mandamana varishtham nanya shreyo vedayante pramudha na kasya prishtete sukate na bhutimam lokam hitaram bhavishanti. Mundak Upanishad, first Mundak, second content mantra. The Vedas say people who want to go to heaven, who perform actions that they will go to heaven, desire to go to heaven, they are not only ordinary fools, but the greatest fool. Pramudha. Mudha means fool, murk. And in Sanskrit, when you put the prefix pra before a word, it means the greatest. Why? Hinataram bhavishanti. After going to heaven, because karma is destroyed, all the karma that you perform is destroyed by enjoying there, will be thrown into lower forms of life. We have to start all over again. Hinataram. Hin yoni mein phatak jayega. Dog, cat, donkey, worm. One day you are enjoying in heaven as a devata, celestial being. Next day you are in the body of a worm, the one in the toilet. You see, we don't understand. People read scripture, you don't understand why Ram is saying, God is saying that the human body was not given to enjoy the senses, nor to go to heaven. Because it ends in suffering. Yet there are many spiritual people, Babajis, Swami, all these people will say, do this so you will go to heaven, do that, because they themselves don't know what is this heaven and what happens there. So karma kan, the performance of Vedic rites and rituals, varnashram dharma, all it can give is heaven. Impossible to do in Kali Yuga, but if someone can do, most they can give heaven. So what do? We do bhakti. As I mentioned, we all want only happiness. So Bhagwan Shri Ram, he himself is telling us, in Uttarkand of Ramayana, once Bhagwan Shri Ram called everybody in Ayodhya. Just like how I am here and you are sitting, he called everybody in Ayodhya. Thousands and thousands, millions. And gave a lecture. One of the things he says, Jao parlok yaha sukh chahu suni mama bachan hridaya dirgahu. If you want to get happiness here, yaha, and after you leave here, paralok, we all want only happiness. If you want to get that happiness, he says, listen very carefully to what I'm going to say. Deep in your heart. Saral sukhad yah marag bhai mori bhakti puran shruti gai. The path to attain happiness here and after we leave here. It is very easy. Saral hai. or sukhad. It gives happiness at every step. There is no suffering, no dukh. The path is called Mori Bhakti. Bhakti, the path of love in God. Love in God, which all the Vedas and all the Puranas glorify. What do we have to do in Bhakti? Again, Bhagavan Shri Ram says, he's telling, Kahahu Bhakti Path Kavana Prayasa Jogana Makh Japa Tapa Upavasa. Bhagavan says, Bhaiya, what is so hard in Bhakti? What effort you have to make? Nothing. You don't have to do yoga. Not the yoga people talk about today all over the world. That's exercise. Yoga means something else. Yoga means yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi, yoga. No one can do. Not in Kali. You don't have to do yoga. Makh means havan, yag. Jap, telling the name on beat. Tapasya, austerities. Puja, upavas, fasting, nothing in bhakti. All you have to do is love. Everybody knows how to love. Bhagwan has already given us that. We don't have to learn from anybody. We know how to love mummy, papa, husband, wife, child, friend. We all. The same love we take it and apply to Bhagwan, that is bhakti. So that's why Bhagwan is saying, what effort is there? What is the hard work? It's so easy. This is what, and that is what's going to make us free from Maya and take us to Bhagwan. So only bhakti. Bhagwan Krishna makes it clear in the Gita. He says, Naham vedena tapasa na dane na chejaya. Chapter 11 verse 53 Gita. Not through the study of the Vedas. Naham vedena tapasa. Not through austerities. Not through fasting, dan, charity, etc. Can anyone know me, attain me? How to know God? So next verse he says, Bhaktya tvananyaya shakya ahamevam vidhorjuna gyatum drashtum cha tattvena praveshtum cha parantapaha. Chapter 11 verse 54 Gita. Whether one wants to attain the divine knowledge of God, to know God, gyatum. Whether he wants to see the divine form of God, drashtum. Whether he wants to merge into Bhagwan, attain moksha, liberation, everything, one path. Bhaktya tvananyaya. Ananya bhakti, exclusive devotion bhakti. Only bhakti, nothing else. So this is a brief, a little explanation, the difference between karma kand and bhakti. Karma kand, impossible to do in Kali Yuga. If we can do it, the most it will give us heaven, swarg, which is destructible, useless. We have been there uncountable times. Uncountable. We go enjoy for a few days, we have to come back right here and suffer. Bhakti will take us to Bhagwan, God realization. We never have to come back and rotate in the 8.4 million forms of life. This is very brief. There's very long explanation, but time wouldn't allow me to go in great detail.
I have two questions. Two hard
Do.
questions. Yeah.
I'll do one first.
Okay. So my first question is in relation to bhakti, like you said, but also to what people do in life.
Yeah.
So people do bhakti, but yet they don't practice it, let's say on a day-to-day basis of what they do, right? And then there's others that don't do bhakti, but they will practice it on a day-to-day basis.
Well, what is it practice and not, what is the bhakti?
What I mean
in
by-
your mind, what is bhakti?
To me, what means is kindness and love, like you said, right? To others, to the environment, to the people around you.
No, that's not bhakti.
To me, that is.
No, I did to you.
Yeah.
But I just mentioned bhakti means love in God.
But
Parama prema rupa is defined in the scripture what bhakti means.
you can love God, but what if you don't love your surroundings? Or
No,
the
no,
people
but
around
you love God and you will automatically love the surrounding because God is everywhere in everything.
But what if you
But
don't?
if you love the surrounding doesn't mean you love God.
that's what I mean. So what would you say to those?
So what I'm saying is that when someone loves God, automatically, because God is in every particle of the world, automatically you love everything, everywhere. So we have to learn to love God first. Right? And we have to practice, and only Guru can show us that. We don't know what bhakti means, what is really bhakti. Right? So Naradji defines bhakti in Narad Bhakti Sutra. He says, Param Prema Rupa, the supreme and immortal love for God. When we love God, that is bhakti. Right? Bhaja Dhatu Sevaya, when we serve God. Seva. In Sanskrit, when you want to know the meaning of a word, we look for the root of the word. Alright? So the root of the word bhakti in Sanskrit is bhaj. Bhaj means seva karna, to serve. To serve whom? We can serve everyone. We do service for the government. We can serve the dog. We can serve our parents. Is all that bhakti? No. According to the scriptures, when we love God, that is the bhakti. When we serve God. Right? What happens is that because God is everywhere and in everything, right? Prabhu Vyapak Sarvatra Samana. God pervades everywhere equally, 100%. We know that we're supposed to see God in everyone and everything. If you're doing bhakti in the true way, you will love everyone automatically. Everything and everywhere, because you see Bhagwan. But if I just love the world, I don't know that Bhagwan is there, then it's not bhakti. I'm just doing some action. Right? So one can truly love only when he realizes that God is everywhere in everything. That knowledge has to come, and that knowledge Guru gives. What's the second question?
The second question was, so if someone, let's say, believes in bhakti,
Right.
and the service of people, and the service they do for others and everything, how do you convince them that a guru or God is needed because they're content?
No, we can be content, but we would not be truly happy.
But how do you
No,
define
I'm just telling you, if you were listening to the lecture, I give a definition for the word happiness.
Okay.
Right? Yovai bhuma tas sukham bhumaiva sukham. Vedas, the highest authority, is given a definition for the word happiness. That which is infinite, eternal, beginningless, immeasurable is called sukh, happiness. Once attained, it is possessed forever. You will never become separate from it ever again. You will never experience sorrow ever again. In the world, we do experience something, but we again suffer. That's not happiness. There's just a little separation. We are suffering so much that when one is taken out of some, we feel a little relief and we call it happiness. It's not true happiness. That we will get only when we know God, because God is happiness. You see, if you had listened to the whole lecture that I gave, you would understand that God is happiness. Another name for God is happiness. When we know God and we find God, we'll find that happiness forever. Then no matter what happens in the world is not going to affect you. You'll never become this, and that person can truly love. We love in the world, what we call love is selfishness. Because we want our happiness. Jate kach nij swarth hoi, ta par mamata kare sab koi. Right? Because we want. So when we do, it seems to be a good action, but we are doing because we want our happiness. Right? If the husband does what the wife wants, I have the best wife. I love my wife. Oh, I have the best children. And they don't do what you want. I don't love you. Get out. I hate you. That's not love.
But what if it is self?
No, I'm just telling you. Love means no matter what happens, you will love still. In the path that love has to be destroyed and still you love. We don't know what love is. What we call love is just selfishness, not love. We have to learn what it is. That love means bhakti. But that can come only the one who has attained God, a saint. Because they don't want anything from us. They only want to give us. So they truly love. When we love, it's for selfishness. Right? So we have to cross all of that. That beyond the maya, that's why we are selfish. Sarva swartham samihate. There's a lot of knowledge, a lot of things we have to learn. Right? Yes, we do experience certain things and we make up our own, we read a little bit here, read a little bit there, and we think, okay, I know about this. No, no, no. There's much more to know. And that's why we need to go to someone who is guru. You see, the problem is we go to the wrong people who and take them as guru. He himself is on Maya, he himself is selfish, he does not know what true love is, and he's trying to teach us blind leading the blind. The Vedas say, Andhe naiva niyamana yathan dhaha. When we go to worldly people who have not become free from Maya, themselves is under Maya, right? They're teaching the wrong, they're misinterpreting the scriptures, right? And we believe in these people and we go to them, is a straight case of blind leading the blind. Because they themselves don't know. So we have to find a true guru. It's not easy to find.
Do you believe that parents love their kids truly? Like, is that true love?
That's also selfish. The parent will love the kid until the kid does what the parent. That same parent will punish and will have negative feeling when the kid doesn't do what the parent wants. True love is a different thing, my dear.
Correct.
There's much more some other time. Alright? Ladli Lal Ki Srimats. Okay, Mamita. Oh, Sumeet?
Yeah, I'll ask you, Trisha. Can you accept Maharaji as a guru if he's already left his body?
Right, so that question I answered this morning also. Just as when God comes in this world, as Sri Ram, as Sri Krishna, he spends a certain amount of time, his time he's come for. He came as Sri Ram, he said 11,000 years, he left. He came as Sri Krishna, he said 125 years, he left. Right? But it doesn't mean God, there's no more Bhagwan. He just left physically, but God is sitting in our heart. Everybody knows, even the most ignorant person, the most illiterate person. Someone has power, position, and he's taking advantage of that person. He will say, you have so much power and you're taking advantage of me, but God is sitting in our heart and he's going to take care of you. He has a faith that God is in our heart. So God doesn't, he lives physically, but he's still there in our heart. He sits in the heart of every, he's in every particle of the world. In the same way, when true saints come in the world to teach us, to help us, but they come for a time. Everybody comes. Nobody stays forever. Then they will leave. It doesn't mean that they have gone. They are sitting in our heart. Once we accept a true saint as guru in our heart, he will come and sit. And we follow his instruction, we do what he teaches us, he will give the benefit just as guru. All we have to do is accept him in our heart. Just as God is all-knowing, all-seeing, all-pervading, one who has attained God, whom we call the saint, the true guru. He's also all-knowing, all-seeing, all-pervading. Bhagwan Krishna himself says this. He says to Uddhav in Bhagavad Mahapuran, Acharya mam vijaniyan nava manyet karhichit namartya buddhya suyet sarvadeva mayo guru. 11 canto, 17 chapter, 27 verse, Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran. Bhagwan Krishna, God, he said to Uddhav, his very good friend, Uddhav, those who have realized me, the true saint, Acharya, know him to be me, Mam Vijaniya, to be God personified. Do not see him as a man, as a material person. Do not use your material mind and intellect to understand him, and know that all forms of God reside in him. So, saint and God is one. So just as God is all-knowing, all-seeing, all-pervading, the true Guru is also all-seeing, all-knowing, all-pervading. The moment you accept the true saint in your heart, even if he's not there, in your heart, you're my Guru, he will come and sit. And you follow his instruction, he will give all the benefit to you. Alright? So don't have any fear. Accept him in your heart, that's all. Alright? So time is really too much. So we will stop here and we'll do Aarti. We'll do Aarti now. So in the books we have, we can join in the Aarti. It is both in Hindi and English. If you don't know, so most of you know, but those who are new,